Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J. Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
I shed so many tears over the years. Lost so many friends that's not here. I faced all of my fears. I swallowed all my tears. Now what's up now? Now what's up now? What's up now from here? Oh, up now. Now what's up now? Now what's up now from here? What's up now? Now what's up now? Now what's up now from here? I faced all of my fears. I swallowed all my tears. Now what's up now? Now what's up now? What's up now from here?
Vegas, it's your boy Sir Charles Tatum, back in the building at Hot 702.5 FM, the hottest station on the planet, man. Happy to be here on this great Saturday. Got a special guest host, which is not he's very familiar with the situation. Actually, just a great friend, entrepreneur, a brother, too cold brother at that, you know what I mean? M2 Entertainment, man. What can I say? You know, the edible bunch, the one and only Miles Bunch himself. What it do, my brother?
Peace, family. What's going on, man?
Man, had to get you up here, man. You've been doing a lot lately, constantly on the move. As long as I've known you, you always had something going, you know what I mean? So definitely want to get in touch with that side of you. I always found that intriguing about you, that you had a plan. You always had a plan, you know. You've always adapted. You've always, continued to keep a strong head when things don't go the way, you know what I mean? You sometimes always had the answer, when I was learning from you. So, just gonna have a good time, man. How you been?
Yes, indeed. Man, I've been good. Just, been going through some changes that, at the time when you're going through them, you don't realize they for the better. But, once you reflect on it,
right.
I was just speaking about this earlier. Once you reflect on it, you realize like you're in a better position. You. Sometimes we be holding on to things, thinking that that's the way, but the universe telling you something different.
Otherwise,
and sometimes they have to force you.
Yeah.
But like I said, once you reflect on it, you like, man, I would have never did this on my own.
Yeah.
It forced me to do it, and now I see I'm actually in a better position than I was.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
So, yeah, it is.
That's big, saying that, me having my own situations and thinking about that when it's like you're back against the wall, that it's like, this is what you got to do, and it end up like a train track will turn right. It will definitely derail you into that situation. You know what I mean? So, and it is most of the time it's for the good. It's just like a relationship that you don't want to let go, that you need to let go because it's bad for both of y'all. And then once you finally let it go, you can get over that, and just go on and have peace. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's big, man. So the Edible Bunch, M2 Entertainment, the original creator of Love Jones Sundays, working with Dizzy Wright, man, so many artists. I've met a lot of people through you because of Love Jones Sundays. So with M2 Entertainment, how did it all begin? Because like I said, you always had a plan as long as I've known you. You know what I mean?
Honestly, it all started from the food. That's always been like the the drive because of my family owning the restaurant and having the entertainment, and me having a love for music. The food has always been like the battery to it all.
I see what you're saying.
I think I've always taken the whole like back seat to things because although like when I was younger, I was popular, you know, I ain't never really wanted that. That's not what I was doing it for, to be popular. I was just having fun, and it made me popular. If that makes sense. Yeah. And as I got older, I still didn't want the popularity. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to do something that I love to do and make money doing it. Yeah. Because I hated working regular jobs. It just wasn't for me. So the whole doing the music thing was like, okay, you know what? I love music. I want to have my hands in the way that music is gonna go forward, right? I feel like I know talent, and I feel like the talent that I see is not getting noticed. So at this point, it was like, we're gonna develop a company to help these artists that's not getting seen be seen. Let's make the hip hop, the creative, the positive hip hop. Let's make this popular. You know what I'm saying? And let's make people want to listen to this. That was like the idea behind M2 period, which is why the poetry came, because I felt like you can't really lie about poetry. It come from a special place. Even if it's not true, it still come from a special place. You know what I'm saying? Because you thought about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the poetry came, and I figured the hip hop, and then, you know, through that we met all these dope artists, Carolyn Scott, Dizzy, you know, we met what's her name? She's singing on the strip now. Tamara. Yeah, you know, we met a lot of dope people that's still out there doing their thing, you know. So that came to an end because I feel like I wasn't doing what I was supposed to have been doing, you know. And again, that's something that had to come to a forcible stop for me to reflect on it and realize like I was supposed to move on. And you know, through life, trying to be healthy, and now being like, you know what, instead of trying to build this crowd that's gonna come eat my food, why don't I just start putting the food out there? Like, even though towards the end of Love Jones, you saw, because you helped me with it, we had fed the homeless people. I had cooked for like 300 people. Like, I cooked all that food by myself. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a lot of food.
Like, and we went over there and fed them. You was there. I had my daughters, my niece. You know what I'm saying? We was over there feeding them. But that was just me getting used to cooking, because I didn't really know how to get into it. I didn't really know none of that. Like, I didn't know nothing about business. I just knew I wanted one. You know? But yeah, that was the turn from the music into, and I still love music. I still feel the same way.
You can shoot me artists.
All the time. Just because that's who I like. I ain't saying you gotta like them. That's who I like.
I feel you.
You know? But yeah.
That's crazy, because now that you think about it, food has always been there from Shade's Place. For those of you who don't know, your mama, ask your mama, your aunties and uncles about Shade's Place. You know what I mean? It's owned by the Bunch family. But yeah, food was always there. Even when we was at the Hookah Palace, you wanted the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it was about.
So yeah, it's like, man, we gonna serve this food too. So the healthy life, going vegan versus vegetarian, like, what's the difference?
Because vegetarians still like will dibble and dabble with cheese. You know, they might eat fish, which pescatarians are the people, like, they cut off everything except fish. Okay. But I honestly, I don't really try to label myself nothing. I think the reason why we say plant-based is because, like, veganism came from people that love animals. They just didn't want to kill animals, right? So that's like where the vegan thing comes from. And like, we're plant-based, so we're doing things for health reasons, right? So like, honey, although comes from bees, we don't use it all the time, but if we sick, honey is good for you to take. It's good for you to put in your tea.
Right.
So I'm not finna take away something that I can help build my immune system because of my so-called diet preference.
Right. That makes sense.
So we say plant-based as a selling point, but I mean, really, we just trying to find ways of eating healthier. Yeah. And the Edible Bunch is here to take the meals that you're familiar with and make them vegan, to show you that, like, I'm still eating the same thing I was eating before. I'm just taking out the meat. I'm taking out the dairy.
Yeah.
I'm being conscious of what I'm putting in my body.
It's crazy that you say that, because I remember the waffles, the chicken and waffles. And like as I'm reflecting now, it was things that you wanted to try, but we made them vegan. You made them vegan. The burgers, the fries. Oh my goodness, people! If you have not had their food, please hit them up in a DM. When it's gonna be like the deliveries again, or somewhere where we can get down, and I'm gonna have to get with you on that, man.
Well, we are a pop-up concept right now.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of events around the city. We got Juneteenth coming up real soon. I got a couple dates. We gonna release our May calendar, so we'll have dates for May. We got a lot coming up.
Yeah.
We are real active during this season. And if you just follow us at the Edible Bunch, we on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We'll be on YouTube soon. We on there. We just haven't started posting content yet, but you can always we always post where we're gonna be at, so you can check us on social media and find us.
Right. So I remember the chicken and waffles. What was the replacement? What made you go with what was that I was eating?
The cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you know that was somewhat of a chicken taste, or somewhat?
Well, it's just really how you season it. So what we do is find something to emulate the texture or the consistency of the food as much as possible, and then we season and cook it the same way you would do if you had meat.
Okay.
So we've tried a lot of different things for our chicken, though. We've made the seitan, which is basically flour, and I don't mind that, but I just feel like over time it's not sustainable to eat it like that, because it's just a bunch of flour. It's good and it has the texture of chicken, but it's a bunch of flour.
Okay.
And I have an issue with selling things that I don't think is like healthy over a long period of time.
Okay.
Now, occasionally we still do fried foods.
Okay.
And that's because, again, I'm trying to show people you can still eat these things. Like we got right now, the catfish. It's probably one of the hottest things we got right now, due to the fact that's what people want. That's what they keep asking for. But the catfish is made out of banana blossoms. And then we just fry it the same way that you do traditional catfish.
Hold on. So it's not catfish.
No, it's banana blossoms. It's a literal flower off of a banana tree. It's literally a flower off the banana tree. It has the texture of catfish once you cook it. And like I said, we season it the same way you would season your catfish, your mama catfish.
You can put hot sauce on it?
Man. And we make our own hot sauce.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we make our own products too. So, that's just like another avenue to the Edible Bunch. But yeah, we got hot sauce, barbecue sauce. We make our own mayo. We got our drink, the Sunday Driver, some mint lavender lemonade.
I've tried that.
That I made based off of weed strain, basically.
Really?
Because terps appear in cannabis and botanical herbs and stuff. They appear in both. So I found terps that I like in the cannabis that I choose, and I put it. I didn't put it in there, but I made the drink out of those herbs.
Really? Yeah. That's crazy. I never knew that. I was just like, he just found a vegan recipe for a drink.
No, that was literally me being like, it's limonene and lemons. The pinene is going to be replicated by the mint, the peppermint, because it's more of a pick-me-up, a refreshing feel
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then the linalool is basically lavender, which is the mint lavender lemonade.
Okay.
And then we sweeten it with agave, which, you know, is a little better than white sugar, but it's still sugar though. But again, we're finding healthier ways of consuming the things that we've been consuming, right?
That's big.
Yeah.
Man, y'all gotta Google all these things that's you know, what's the replacement for this? You know, what's the replacement for that? You know what I mean? You know, I always felt like every time I ate your food, I was taking a health step. You know what I mean? I just ate something healthy. You know, and I felt like, okay, my digestive system will be good. You know what I mean? Because I ate something healthy. It's versus, you know, just a bunch of grease clogging up the arteries and things like that. Knowing that it's like, I'll go vegan, I just don't know where to start. Where do a person start when they wants to make that change?
I honestly think, for one, I think it's got to be a conscious decision. I don't think you can do it as a fad. I don't think you can do it as a diet. I mean, you can, but you're not going to stick with it. I think it's got to be something that changes consciously to make you really want to pursue it, because it is a journey. And mine was actually activated by the fact that my father was going through his stomach issues.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just really think it's got to be something that changed to make you be like, you know what, I got to stop eating this, or, you know, whatever it may be.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that, because I truly believe a lot of people once, you know, everyone talks about being healthier and this and that, and it has to be a journey for you to stay consistent with it.
Right.
I read about the guy from Tony Tone. He died from called bladder cancer. You know, as we get older, you know, I mean, like, dang, bladder cancer. I'm like, what was he drinking? You know what I mean? That can give you bladder cancer.
Soda pops, probably. You know, I feel like you need to cut out one thing at a time. Just pick something. You know what? I'm going to stop doing dairy, because then this gives you time to do research on things that you can drink or eat other than the dairy products you were eating. Right?
Yeah.
Cutting it all out at once.
Yeah.
It will make you basically just relapse. Because your body going to go through withdrawals.
That makes sense. I do. It make a lot of sense. It's just like when you drinking and smoking and this and that, you be trying to stop cold turkey. And, you know, just the first thing you could do is just stop hanging around those people that, you know.
Stop hanging around them.
Yeah. You know, that's not saying they the peer pressure, but you definitely can't go around the situation.
Man, look, if you hang around 8 broke people, you're going to be number 9.
Facts. You know, especially when you know you're not strong in that area. You have to you have to be wise in your situations and your decisions, knowing that, hold on, this is not good for me. I really don't want this. You know, I keep on hurting myself every time I do it. I'm tired of hurting myself. Then you beating yourself up about it, because it's like you really want to change, but then you done fed this thing so much that now it's just like it's craving it. And that's with anything, you know, sugar, drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever it may be, people, you have to understand that you have to make that decision. You know what? This is not good for me anymore. I don't want it anymore. You know, pray to the universe, whatever you believe in, pray, believe that you can accomplish this thing. You know, I've always said it, you know, we have been through a lot of things in life, and you got through those things, and you just like, dang, how am I going to get through this? You know what I mean? And you've got past it. So these situations are nothing compared to your bigger storm that you already went through. You know, so that's how I look at life now in situations. I'm like, all right, I've been through so much that this little thing is definitely not going to take me out. You know, I know I can beat it because I've beat all these other situations. You know what I mean?
That's definitely how I look at it. I've tackled every problem that's been presented in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look at every problem that come that way. It's got to be a way to get through this, over it,
facts,
by it, whatever.
Yeah. And we're always talking about self-hurt, putting yourself in those situations. You know, we have to change change the things that you like, because you know it's hurting you. You know, we all about empowerment here on Vegas Up Now. Got my brother in the building, man, Miles Bunch. Make sure you guys follow up with the Edible Bunch, man. We're going to get into some music. You know, who you listening to these days?
Man, lately I've been listening. I mean, I just got off my Kendrick kick.
Okay.
Like, I was listening to that on repeat, damn near. But I've been listening to Norman Sign. This dude I found on TikTok. Like, he is a lyricist. Like, he remind me of like Ludacris, Eminem, and like, I don't know. Like, he be saying, like, he's dope.
He pretty good.
Yeah, I think he produced a lot of his music as well. And he's just really talented.
Norman Signs.
We
just gave you a shout out, man. You're doing your thing. You heard right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And, you know, word of mouth has always been like one of the best promotions to this day. That on the spot question brought up an artist that definitely deserve a spotlight, you know, because I take your advice, I take your word for it when you mention an artist. When we used to play music, you always were surprised, like, who was that? You know what I mean? And you know, we've always had different tastes in music. We listen to some of the same music, but you will always explore into that. And that's the entrepreneurship of it, and then you still having a love for music. It kind of go hand to hand somewhat when cooking or whatever. We're going to get into some music right here on Hot 702.5. Vegas Up Now. Every Saturday at 1 p.m., man. Let's get it.
Told you, Ma. I told you. But daughter, you know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. Now do what you have to do.
Hey, Carolyn.
I'm tired of being tired.
Okay. I see it's taking enough. We'll handle it from here. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
It is.
You did what you had to do. You did what you had to do.
I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of all these scars. I'm tired of all this crying. I'm tired of my heart dying. I'm tired of seeing the good in niggas. I'm tired of being too real for niggas. I'm me looking crazy. I'm tired of the ways you pay me. I'm tired of calling back to back. I'm tired wondering where you at. I'm tired of trying to make it work. I'm tired covering up your dirt. I'm tired. I keep losing myself. I'm tired talking from my head. I'm tired out of disrespect. I'm tired forgiving your neglect. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I've been begging to please. I'm tired. Attitude for no reason. No accountability. I'm tired. You flip the script on me. I'm tired. I'm trying to make it work. I'm tired. Feeling I ain't good enough. I'm tired. You leaving me at home. I'm tired. Having to be so strong. I'm tired. The up and down good times. I'm tired. The back and forth pride fights. I'm tired. You making it all my fault. I'm tired. You listen when I wanna talk. I'm tired. Have you thinking I'm dumb? I'm tired of being numb. I'm tired. Have you thinking I'm dumb? I'm tired of being numb. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired.
The great sounds of Carolyn Scott, man. That voice is she definitely put some emotion in that tie, didn't she?
She's tired of being tired.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can hear it, man. What you think about that?
Man, I like Carolyn.
Yeah.
I like what she stands for, man.
Yeah.
She's a hard worker.
Yeah, she is.
That is definitely needed in the game that she in. I just, like I was saying on the break, I want to see that other side of her come out. But no, I like Carolyn. we met Carolyn at the same time.
Facts.
And I've been down for Carolyn ever since.
Yeah, that's real. Love Jones Sundays was that platform, man.
She always show love, and we always show love to her.
Facts.
But you know, again, I love talent and the work ethic. You know, so.
Yeah, she definitely got that. Shouts out to Carolyn Scott. As long as I've been knowing her from wherever we came from to where we at now, she really been working her ass off, man.
And knowing a little bit of, I don't know her whole life, but you know, the conversations that we had and knowing where Carolyn come from, you know what I'm saying? Like she gonna make it in some way.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, right now she's singing is it Tina Turner?
Yeah, I think she just finished like 100 shows or something.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah,
that's a nice gig for her too. You know, getting her name out there. She's putting in the work. She's with Gorgeous Music now. Shouts out to Carolyn Scott, man. That's Tired. Streaming on all platforms, man. Make sure you guys go run that up. If you're tired of being tired, man, make that change, man. You can be up now, right now in your situation, just by a change of mind. You know, you making up a mind that I want this. I'm willing to do whatever it takes, these sacrifices. You know, life is all about change. It's all about evolving. And the sooner you figure it out, what you want to do, the sooner you can get started, you know. In the words of Starlito, if you don't know where to start where you at, you know.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Because, shoot, right now, I'm reflecting on cycles that we in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I'm where I started again, but with a whole new mind frame and a lot more knowledge.
Of going at it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like literally everything, a lot in my life is reflection of 9 years ago. Me and V met 9 years ago.
Yeah.
This year, it's a 9 year, and 9 represents completion. You know? So we ended up both cutting our hair.
Yeah.
I cut mine first, and then she cut hers shortly after.
I didn't know that.
We both cut our locks. Like I said, we completed a cycle.
Yeah.
You know. So like just looking at things in that nature, being that like so last July, you know, I had lost my job.
Okay.
And losing my job, I ended up well, I ain't gonna say that's why we lost the house. The people that owned the house wanted to sell it.
Okay.
So they did some underhanded stuff to get us up out of there.
Okay.
2 days later, I lost my job after being put out the house.
Right.
So then I lost my truck because I couldn't keep up with, obviously I lost my job, couldn't keep up with the payments. You know what I'm saying? So I lost my truck. So this is where I was talking about, like, I probably should have let that stuff go a long time ago, but I didn't.
Right.
And it just got worse and worse till it just taken away. You know, now I'm staying in a place where I'm able to save money.
Right.
And I got another job, so I'm able to maintain that way.
Right.
And really put behind my business what I really need to put behind it.
Got you.
So, you know, that's just one of them situations where, you know, I didn't see what was going on, and now I do.
Yeah.
So
that's big, you know, and I hope that it really helps somebody. And, you know, having the boldness to even say that. A lot of people will feel like, I don't want to tell nobody I lost my job. I don't want to tell nobody I lost my house. I don't want to tell nobody I lost my truck. That's like 3 major things, you know what I mean?
But I feel like people don't talk about that. That's on the entrepreneur path.
And it's
right?
true. It's true.
But this is the honest part of the entrepreneur. Because this shit ain't easy.
Facts.
Like, you only see me posting, hey, it's the Edible Bunch. We going to be at so-and-so.
Right,
yeah,
right.
But you don't know what's going on
Keep
behind
that thing 100.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
that's real.
You know, it's a lot going on emotionally behind that, physically, everything, right? But I also believe that's why I'm gonna be successful, because it's a lot of people that won't do what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be able to do a lot of shit they won't be able to. Excuse my language.
I said that too.
They won't be able to do later.
I said that to Terry. I said, man, you know, Miles is gonna make it. You know, he always, you know, he just. You don't give up.
No.
You know what I mean? You don't give up. When you believe in something, you know, you really
going for it.
Yeah, you believe in it, man. And that's rubbed off on me. in so many different ways, you know, been knowing you since we were teens, you know what I mean, since high school. Now we're adults and got kids and, you know, life happens, you know. I was working at a job and I'm holding on to the job. I'm a temp for like almost 2 years. So, we're going to get you hired. We're going to get you hired. Months go by. It's a freeze on the hire, to freeze on the hire. I had a friend that was there and he ended up leaving the job. And he said, man, put the application in. My girl, the supervisor, she going to pull your name. Man, as soon as I put in the application, the next day I get a call. I interview. They call me the next day, say, when can you start? Now, this is my honest part. I went from barely scraping $400 a week after child support and taxes, but I had to learn how to make that $400 a week work also, with half on rent, half on bills, food, eat, cell phone bill, you know, still have a couple of dollars in your pocket. We talking about $1,600 pretty much, you know what I mean? Right. And I'm averaging the $389 to $400. Now that I've got the other job, I'm working 4/10s, got Friday, Saturday off, extra $300 now. You know what I mean? And it was all for, it's something, it pushed me there. You know what I mean? So now I'm in a better situation to save money, put money into my business also. You know what I mean? Life is full of surprises. It's full of blessings. You know, we just have to open up our minds and our hearts to want change and want better. You cannot continue to go down the cycle of running to the game. They don't tell you about the game, that the game will turn out anybody. The game don't love nobody. You know what I mean? It ain't no rules in the game. You might end up getting shot. You might go to prison, and you definitely could die in the game. You know?
Yeah, all that is dead. Like, I feel like we got to stop promoting that. We got to stop supporting the people that promote it. Like, that's part of the reason I changed a lot of the music is that I listen to, because I can't consume what I don't believe in. It's the same thing with my diet. Yeah. I don't sell what I don't believe in. I can't sell you meat knowing that I know what I know.
Right.
It's against my moral system.
Yeah.
I will end up telling on myself because I'm going to feel so bad about doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I sold a dude a steak today, man. And I couldn't sleep the next day. Yeah. I couldn't sleep the next day.
I'll be talking like J. Cole, man. It was something wrong with my soul. And you know.
No, that's real. That's a good brother though, man.
And it's just me. And I've also learned to like really accept who I am, right? I got integrity. Yeah. And I can't go against that.
That's big. And that's something that a lot of people don't have, you know, integrity. You know, integrity will make you watch what come out your mouth. Integrity will make you to watch the way you carry yourself. You know what I mean? Integrity is big, and we need more of that, you know, definitely in this world. Being M5 brothers back in those days, I think it kind of made us blue-collared in a sense. It made us men of tomorrow that wanted to be different, that wanted to stand out, you know, at least at that time. You know what I mean? When we were younger, we were into it, we saw the vision, and we wanted to be these certain type of men. You know, life happens, you know, but shouts out to Alex Dixon, Jamal Bremer, Miles Bunch, Cleve Powell, the landlord, man, with so many good brothers, you know what I mean, that's actually doing something with themselves. I know I'm leaving some brothers out, but those are just some of the big names. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, having that experience really helped me to still be who I am. If I would have never went through that whole little thing with MFT, I wouldn't be this type of brother. You see what I'm saying? So what we're doing is we are calling out young men, black men, older men to be example, be a better man today. You know it's needed. When we look at the news, we see all the young black men, the young black women that don't have a father. Daddy's not around. You know, go pick up your daughter, sit her down. You know, don't be like this. Don't be like that. You don't want that. You know, with so many reasons on why you should wait till you get married to have sex. That is, you know, one of the things I've always believed in the Bible. Once you start having sex and you get an STD, you catch AIDS, you get pregnant, you know what I mean? You know, it's always a flip side to it, you know what I mean? So these things are meant for a reason, you know, so to the young women, keep yourself as long as possible. Don't give your goods away. Just don't be giving it away freely all the time. This man, that man, young man, you know what I mean? It ain't all good.
On that subject, that right there, I think we need to start teaching them deeper and understanding what sex is spiritually.
Yeah,
you know,
those connections.
It is, and not that you just like that's like a major union of people. Like for me being who I used to be,
yeah,
and knowing like I would never teach my son.
Yeah.
What now? When I was younger, I was like, "Hey, I'm finna teach my son how to do this. He gonna beat me. This nigga,
right."
The way that I think about that changed so much.
Yeah.
Like because I understand the attachments that you have to people, that like I'm still letting go of and had to let go of.
That's big.
You know, man, I had a dream the other night that I was speaking to somebody on the other side, and he was telling me that things that we do in this world is 10 times worse in the spiritual world. Which is crazy because as he was telling me this, it seemed like somebody bust in the room and he wasn't supposed to have been telling me. That's a whole nother conversation.
Wow.
But that's what I woke up with, the message that I got from that.
Yeah.
Right? And I was thinking about this way before this dream happened, but like just the, you know, like now that I know about chakras and stuff like that, knowing about that made me think about the connection that you're having with people when you're having sex.
Right.
You know, like that bond that you built or didn't build, you still connecting your spirit to that person.
Facts.
You know, so like I definitely would love to teach like my nieces and nephews, kids around me, period, just to understand what that connection is.
Yeah.
Just because you might make a different choice.
Yeah, that insight is big. That insight is big. And, you know, we are seeing younger kids going the other way. Younger now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Growing up, it was probably one or two that we knew about in the neighborhood, you know.
Yeah.
A couple dudes at school that we knew or some girls or whatever, but it wasn't so wide open.
They're being like indoctrinated into that though.
Yeah.
Because like it's in the cartoons, it's in the, you know,
right.
It's cartoons.
Commercials.
That was that way. And we kind of thought they was. We used to joke about it, but now that we grown, we like, man, it was in there, you know. So and I'm not the one to judge nobody for what they're going through, because I do understand that there's things going on this planet that a lot of people ain't aware of, and if you're not aware of it, that means you're not actively trying to stop it either, because you don't even know what's going on.
Right.
So I'm not here to judge nobody, but I just feel like don't push it on nobody either.
Yeah.
I'm not pushing who I am on you.
Facts. That makes sense. And that's fair game. You know, it's what they call them. Some of them are predators. You know what I mean? Just period. You know what I mean? And, you know, like you said, that's a whole nother subject in itself. You know, because it's just where we at right now in life. We have to, you know, us being older, we're able to kind of slow things down, put things on the pause, and think for a minute, you know, ponder, you know, I mean, have some clarity in your thinking. You know, we be having all the wrong things on our mind, you know, when we should have what I need to be doing, the issues of your heart or whatever it may be, you know, just try to fix your mind on being in a good, peaceful place and doing what's right. Because it always comes down to right and wrong at the end of the day.
Well, and that's still objective too, because, you know, believe it or not, when somebody is doing something that you deem wrong, in their mind it's right. That's why they doing it to you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's objective as well. I just really, and this is my own opinion, I just feel like people need to work on themselves, because
that's true.
You know, what's going on around you is a reflection of what's going on in you, which means if you work on yourself, shit around you gonna change.
That's a fact.
Whether
it's
not, you know, changing it or if it's just magically changing,
right,
it's gonna change.
That's actually a fact. I mean, you know, like you said, it's your opinion, but it is a fact. It's you know, what's stored up in your heart is gonna eventually come out. You know what I mean? It's like you curse a lot, then all of a sudden you go somewhere and the curse words slip out, but you do it so much that that's what's gonna come out. You know what I mean?
I'll give you a great example. I cuss a lot.
Yeah.
And guess who else cuss a lot?
Yeah.
My 5-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it definitely showed itself directly back to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And she say it at the most random moment, like, oh.
Put it in the sentence.
If we was at home, it'd be like, oh, okay. But you said, well, okay.
Yeah. I got you.
You know?
That's real. You know, and the kids, they do see and they do watch.
They learn off of what they see. You know.
So I don't know if you've been paying attention to the Vegas music scene lately. I know you've been working and been doing your thing. It is, you know, it's Vegas music at the end of the day too. I know you do have a passion for that and the city in its whole. Is anybody popping out on your radar as an artist?
Man, I would say, for one, I'm a Vic Smith fan. So
shouts out to Vic Smith.
I'm always ride with Vic because I know he got that passion and he puts in the work.
Yeah.
You know, and it's when I speak to him, I know it's in him.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And he just got that it factor. I just seen Dolomite just dropped a video.
Yeah, with Taylor Weeds.
Yeah,
that's hot.
And I happened to watch that. One thing I will say about that is I love the thought and effort they put into that video.
Yeah,
because it looked professional.
It do.
You know what I'm saying?
It
they
really
did not take the cheap way out, which is what I hate. I hate that people do that.
Yeah.
Like they try to find an easy way out of doing something that you claim you love to do.
Right.
You know, there is no easy way to doing what you love to do.
Right.
You got to pay.
Facts.
You know, but I don't know if they paid or whatever they did.
Yeah.
But I just like the quality of the video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The song was cool. You know, it was better than cool. I want to say it was cool.
That.
It was better than cool.
Yeah.
Is it my number one? No.
Yeah.
But it was definitely quality. Like I watched the video more than once. You know what I'm saying?
That's big.
And I love his growth.
Yeah.
You know, because he was around back in the day too.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that he didn't stop.
Yeah.
And I definitely see something for that dude. Other than that, I see people like getting started again, but those are the people that just pop up, you know, because those are people I constantly see on my feed.
Yeah.
The Carolyn, Landlord. I love his growth.
Yeah.
I've been around since he was,
Facts.
you know, in a group.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've seen this dude rap 300 bars with no paper. You know, so I love to see that he's growing and he's still doing what he's doing. And I just seen him and Dizzy do a show.
Yeah.
Which is, I would love for Dizzy to start doing more things in the city with the locals that's really got the talent.
Facts.
You know, I get numbers as numbers, but like it's people that don't really maybe have the numbers, man, but they got the talent.
Yeah.
And they might just need your little, you know, piggyback or whatever it is. You know, what
your
I'm
crime
saying?
can help me get me some.
Yeah, I would love to see something like that, but that just warmed my old heart seeing them on the flyer together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jazz Laser, Overlooked Hero, Sean Bennett.
Yeah, that was real dope. But those are people that just jump out to me because, like I said, I see them on my feed. Other dude, his name's Spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah, he's dope too.
From Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spectrum is from Vegas, yeah.
Okay.
And he on YouTube and Tidal and all that. But yeah, like I said, those are the people that's coming across my timeline right now.
That's big. Shouts out to Dolomite. I can't say with him, he's always being creative. You know what I mean? He is a brother that put a lot into his albums. His creativity, definitely got his hands on his music. Shouts out to that. That was definitely East clicking up. Taylor Weeds from the East, Dolomite from the East. Vic Smith, I met Vic Smith through you. You know what I mean? So I've actually been knowing these Dolomite and Vic Smith for a while. Landlord, we go back from M5 Brother days. Stayed on 40 block together. So I've been knowing Landlord since he was like 12, 13, maybe 11. You know what I mean? Before he even stepped into, he probably had the admirations of being a rapper at that time at 11. But when I've seen Landlord, he always had like 15 dudes with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, who is this little dude? You know what I mean? And he's in the middle, long hair,
he was
stay fly,
running the pack.
Yeah, ever since I've been knowing him since he was a teenager, man. So when he said on the Forever song we did together, been setting trends since I was 10. Tell a
that's
friend.
My favorite part, right
man.
there.
He was telling the truth.
No, he was.
Yeah, he really was.
He really was.
So
really was.
Vegas music is definitely on the rise. Don't give up. You know what I mean? Keep on going because it's like you're bringing up people that are still relevant, still been doing their thing, you know, still believe in it. And it's getting better and better. When I see Vic Smith, knowing from where he came from to where he is now, it doesn't surprise me. You know what I mean? Even with Dolomite, because him being strong-minded and the type of individual he is, that it doesn't surprise me that he's still here. With the landlord, same thing. It doesn't surprise me. You know, I think the landlord just getting better with time. You know what I mean? As he get older, it's like his pieces are coming more professional. But that's not saying that they wasn't before, but it's just like
I also feel like too, like these are the people that took the role of like being themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Landlord may embellish a little bit, but if it ain't him he talking about somebody around him.
Yeah, that's
you
real.
know what I'm saying? And I think that being genuine as an artist is what's gonna cause you to be able to grow and continue to grow, because you can tell those real stories. One example that popped in my head is Kendrick Lamar's Heart Part 5, or Part 6, and he talking about how they came up and how he looked up to certain people that he's now, you know, work wise he's probably above them now, but he used to look up to them. And some people can't tell them stories because they ain't honest about where they really came from.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real.
Somewhere you gonna slow down, or your music ain't gonna be as relevant because you ain't really being real.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Because as long as you talking about your life, you should always have something to make some music about.
Larry June.
You know what I'm saying?
Larry June.
This is why you can keep La Russell. This is why you can keep making, because he just be having fun. He being himself.
Yeah.
Because he's always gonna have something to talk about because he's experiencing life.
Right.
And then he just putting it on the beat.
Right.
You know, so I just feel like those artists are gonna be around. Those are gonna be the class. Those gonna be the people we see in the next couple of years when Vegas really bubble like it's supposed to.
Right.
And things really start happening out here. Those are the people you're gonna see.
Yeah.
You know,
I can see that. Even with that, the passion behind it, the ambition. We talked about determination. You know, all these words that fall up into motivation, into inspiring. To get the people off the couch. This is like drive, things that you gotta have inside of you when you want to do something. From when it was into entertainment, turning to Love Jones Sundays, the switch. I remember doing shows with you, helping putting up the chairs, whatever it may be. Even before I even start helping out, I will come up to you and ask you a question, and you always had the answer. And I remember when I started doing shows, I say, "So how did you know all that?" He was like, "I didn't."
Figuring it out as I go.
Yeah, and I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Because once I started doing shows, it started happening to me, and I started calling and asking you questions about it, because it was like, man, it's just, certain things I kind of remembered because I was in that situation already with you, and this is we only a few years apart, but here it is, me knowing I'm like an older brother to you, but I still had to reverence you as you being your own man and take your advice from a younger brother. You know what I mean? Because you're more tapped into that side. People, what I'm saying is, if you know somebody that's better than you in a certain area, listen to them. Don't think that you know everything. Google sometimes is not going to give you the answer. You need a story to go along with it, an example to go along with it. You know what I mean?
Somebody who been through it.
Facts. So with the food, I definitely need to get some food, man. You guys make sure you follow the Edible Bunch, MVP, right. Make sure you guys tune in with us every Saturday at 1 p.m., man. This is definitely a great time to be alive, a great time to start your own business, Great time to start believing in what you can do. One thing I did get out of everything that you said today, and you being who you are, is that you got to be you, and you got to better yourself. I've noticed the growth through over the years. Like I say, me and you haven't talked. We sit on the phone and talk for hours sometimes, you know what I mean? And then life started happening. I know we still left off on good terms, so I know that, you know what I mean? We not in no bad situation. It's just that life started happening and we just can't sit on the phone for an hour no more. V be like, all right, Charles, gotta go. Things started moving up. And I was happy for you. I didn't take it personal. I just knew that, dang, my dog got it going. You know what I mean? He can't sit on the phone as long as we used to. And that is a good thing when you start getting busy, people. Sitting on your goals, sitting on your dreams, man. Stop sitting on it, man. Don't sit on it. Please find a way. That you're never too old to make something happen. As long as you're alive, you still have a chance to make things happen, man. I want to let you, man, go ahead and say some things wherever you're going to be at this week, the next month, what you want to say to the people. Our time's coming short, but I definitely want to let you go ahead and get some things out.
Hey, man. It's the Edible Bunch. We here making your favorite meals vegan. Y'all can follow us on Facebook. It's _edible_bunch. We on TikTok. We on Facebook. We always post where we at. We even throw out recipes. We show you things that we eat on a normal basis. Again, we not forcing nobody to be vegan. I'm just showing you it can be done and it's still delicious. So y'all hit us up and follow us, man. It's the Edible Bunch.
Yes, sir, man. Man, make sure you guys follow up with Hot 702.5 on Instagram or Hot 702.5 on YouTube. Vega's up now on Instagram. Vega's up now on YouTube. Also, man, like and subscribe to the channels. We go live every Saturday at 1 p.m. right here at Hot 702.5 FM in the hottest station, man. The hottest city, Las Vegas, Nevada, man. People, prepare yourself for this weekend coming up. We got some rain coming, so drive carefully. If you having any doubt, any type of depression, anything of that sort, man, that is of the devil. Shake it off. You are important. You are not an accident. You're not here by default. You have a purpose. Everybody have a purpose, and you just have to learn to be you, man, and believe in you. The originality is so big, man. Like we were speaking on Dolomite, Vic Smith, just being who they are, and that's what we having a problem with these days, with people just being who they are. And you are probably a diamond in the rough, but you're trying to be like somebody else. Be you. You are important. Your personality, your laughter, knowing that a cheetah don't have the same spots. The lion, they don't have the same pattern, We are individuals, and you are unique in all of God's creations, man. We love you right here, Hot 702.5. Peace.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot702.5fm.com.